I like to start every conversation by snorting loudly, signposts my crippling addiction to cocaine, lets everyone know what to expect. Anyway, welcome back. Chest poppers, boot shoppers, Diablo 2 players, meth runners, and something that rhymes with runners that I can't think of. It doesn't matter. I'm still chuffed that I found a windforce, but you know what we need to do? We need to go and we need to see again and just consistently have my mercenary getting deleted. Oh, okay. So the Thunder Charm just like... It could just be me, but it seems like I just got like a noticeable DPS increase. Yeesh. You know, normally I kill her with Hydras. This is... Stink Strike. Look, it has piercing attack, you know. Any bow with piercing attack has value for a elementals on. Because piercing attack is such a fat DPS increase. You know, if you proc your explosion twice, because you pierce and you hit 2 enemies, you're just flatly doubling your damage output on that shot. And on an attack that's already AoE and now it's covering more area, and anyone who knows the math of increasing radii, although it's obviously not a circular, you know, increase. It's more kind of ellipse, I guess, which, you know, is still a kind of geometric increase in the amount of enemies that can be struck, but not quite as dramatic. But still significant. And then, of course, there's also the chance that it can pierce more than once. So it's not just that you have like a 25% chance of like doubling your damage, you kind of have like a... I don't know, I don't know exactly how it works. That's not the... yeah, okay. I really... it's so crazy. I found the elite axe before I can find the hand axe, the Nasha. And the Nasha... if you said to me, like, you have to slot one weapon, you know, and it has to be a normal weapon. One weapon to finish the game with, what would it be? And I'd probably go with the Nasha.
Greetings.
Because it's like, obviously, you know, I mean, assuming there was some mechanism in the test to stop you cheesing it, because you can just clear the whole of this game, well, the whole of normal, like, just punching your way through pretty much, so you just pick an exceptional. But assuming you don't have the option of like taking a caster weapon, you know, it has to be something you equip as soon as possible. The only options really are like Bone Snap, Crush Flange, Rixot's Keen. There's that paladin one that has crushing blow. I always forget what it's called. It's one of the rare sides in the game. Like for its level, it's stupidly rare. What is this? Is this Moses' Blessed Circle? Because I actually want one of these, and I'm like pretty well chuffed to get one. Ah, really nice. Like, even for this sorceress, such a good defensive shield. You know, chuck some diamonds in it. But I think this maybe for a blade sin at some point, because you can, you know, put ED jewels in it without. You know, it's not like you just have a useless shield with a bunch of damage. But I don't know. Sometimes I smoke, and it's like I've never smoked before. Yeah, we really need the blizzard on her. But man, it chunks her down. This, the more I look at it, the more I think Naja's for a druid. You know, specifically for rabies or maul, where like you kind of in this weird spot where like you want caster stuff, you want plus skills, but it's like if your weapon can do some damage as well, then that's cool too. Because, you know, sometimes you just might have to slowly chip something down that is like really, really fire resistant or even fire immune. And like the Naja set is pretty damn good. Like the armor in it is really good. The circlet in it's really bad, and the staff in it is like it kind of has that balance for very specifically for a melee caster, and specifically a druid melee caster, because, you know, paladin melee caster, like, you know, Holy Fire Paladin or something, is going to want a one-handed weapon. Oh, cool. Two of the unique set bases. Always nice to see. But yeah, druid might definitely want a two-handed weapon. Can more easily get away with it because the amount of health they have. But like Naja's is still like, I don't know. I feel like it just does a lot for what it is. It's just the weapons aren't. They're weird. Like, you definitely would not want to use it on a sorceress. It gives you a lot of MF. Damn, what a nice ED roll on this like freaking caveman club. Actually has some pretty nice affixes as well. Like prevent monster heal. is one of those things where you're thinking like, you know, doesn't the damage I do prevent monster heal? But if you, for whatever reason, you absolutely have to just like slowly hack your way through something that is immune to a lot of your damage, the removal of the heal actually becomes a pretty significant boost to your damage output. And it can even make it so that, you know, you can just kill something that otherwise you literally couldn't kill. The Sunder Charm has made this so much... like, I'm not even looking at immunities now, and things are kind of just popping. Uh-oh, my Merc is definitely gonna die. That's what I was here for. And that could realistically mean... I just book it now.
Good to see you.
I kinda need more than one of each, but... there should be a couple of the bar ones around here somewhere.
Yes.
I don't know, Diablo ones. Not enough ED. I'll get a Mephisto one as well.
The Sisterhood welcomes you.
Like, I never think to keep the Mephisto ones because I'm always just like, A, Mephisto is farming is so easy and quick, and you kind of never feel like you're wasting your time down here, even though sometimes you do just get a...
What do you need?
a really scuffed drop like that one. How did I not reset that session? Just legitimately went brain AFK for a while. Always cool to see Ginters. You don't see it drop very often, but it's not a very good weapon at all. Although, I don't know, I say it's not a very good weapon at all, and to be fair, like...
Hail to you, champion.
I'm kind of underrating its strength. Because its physical damage kind of stinks, but for when you can equip it, it does a chunk of magic damage that is like really significant. And it's always like elemental damage on a melee weapon is always a little bit dubious value-wise because it's not magnified by your skills, you don't critical strike with it, blah 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 blah. But honestly, like, you know, we're talking about like kind of nightmare level weapons. Your skills are not going to be like so on point and min-max by that point that they're even going to be giving you that much damage.
What do you need?
And, you know, there's a lot of stuff that just flatly resists physical, so just getting like a flat extra 100 and something damage.
What do you need?
That almost nothing is resisting. It's pretty nice, especially on a really fast-paced weapon. That said, I mean, Ginthers also has the possibility to spawn Ethereal, I think, and it has self-repair, so... But I wonder how that... Like, what happens if you upgrade a Ginthers to a phase blade? Like, what happens if you upgrade an Ethereal, you know, Dimensional Blade to a Phase Blade? Because Phase Blades are supposed to not be able to spawn Ethereal at all. Anyway, we got our essence of Loot Pinatery. Now that the Sorceress has the Sunder Charm, I feel like she'll probably do fine here, but we'll see. Feel a bit lonely playing the Sorc now. This is, like, for me, this is the biggest problem with Blizzard. Like, the usability of it stinks. It's like, you can't say, like, okay, this just needs to disappear now. Like, oh, yeah, it's disappearing. I've cast Blizzard on it like 4 times. They don't have any immunity. It's just RNG bullshit of it just not doing damage because they don't move. And if enemies won't walk around in the Blizzard can genuinely be a piece of shit. Like, I can't fucking kill anything. This is ridiculous. It's only on players 3. Like, come on, man. man. Like, they're just standing in it. Is this because these guys should be immune to cold? I think that is it. It's just like the actual cold damage that you do to them is kind of meh.
What do you need?
Well, that's really disappointing. Yeah, it's just like... I don't know, then I kind of feel like Thunder Charms are just a load of wank, if that's the amount of effect that they have, because it's just like... If I genuinely have to use a wand every, like, you know, a wand charge every single time I come up against, like, you know, a freaking Oblivion Knight in the Chaos Sanctuary, it's like, excuse me, do you understand how many of them there are? That's not a fucking solution. But it does allow me to kind of chew through it. And I am wearing MF gear. And to be honest, this is 1,000 times better as a way to deal with them than, you know, trying to, you know, do it as like a dual element sorcerer. Like, dual element sorceresses are the biggest load of shit. Just don't even do it. Don't waste your time on it. Well, okay, dual element very specifically in the context of fire and cold, because basically the fire spells, the damage on them looks fine, right? But it's the applicability of that damage. So to do damage with Meteor, you need enemies to just physically stand still for a very long time. So basically that means your mercenary needs to tank them. Now, if your mercenary can just stand there and tank the enemies for a very long time, you know, the amount of time it can take to like stack 2, 3, even 4 meteors, your mercenary probably was tanking well enough that he could just kill them himself if you just feed him potions. So, like, not a fan of Meteor at all. Hydra's kind of even worse in some ways. But, like, neither is going to help with these guys. Like, if I spawn Hydras there, he just moves. Like, he literally just walks out of away from the Hydras. And some Doom Knights will... Yeah, like, he does that, and there'll be some Doom Knights, and they'll just, like, if I go after him, odds that he does not have some, like, Doom Knights around to just body block for him are not great. But yeah, this is not bad at all. The big thing as well is just the fact that the mercenary just doesn't care. Like, if I did this some time ago, it would be super dangerous because the mercenary would just be getting melted with that curse on him. But this is where Blizzard just, like, reeks of, like, it's just like a hot fucking liquidy mess in a fucking bin bag. Because you just can't deal with, like, multiple angles or anything. And like, even when the time to kill is good, like that, it just feels like super, super unsafe to have like multiple angles open. I was saying earlier about how, you know, my like auras are just super, like enemy auras are just like way too freaking overtuned in hell. And like, so one of the points that I really wanted to make was that like, it's not a question of difficulty, it's a question of like having like really, really extreme peaks and valleys in difficulty, you know, that just like, why? Like why is like, you know, like let's say like 30%, no, let's say like 90% of the game's content is like a 4 for difficulty, and then just like randomly a bunch of like just RNG content is like between 7 and 9. Just like most mod, like if I were to just like run up to some random mob in hell and then literally just lean back, cross my arms, take my hands off the keyboard and just wait for them to kill me, like their time to kill is going to be like, you know, anywhere up to like, I don't know, 30 seconds or something, depending on like my character class, my block chance, my resistances, blah 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 blah. But if I was like saying like a relatively like tanky barbarian with like a shield, you know, battle orders up, decent resist, you know, because I have a shield, like it could take them a long time to kill me. And then there's just random stuff in this game that will kill that same character in like, you know, 4 seconds. And you know, I feel like that's gaps like that are not deliberate. Gaps like that occur when, you know, the game designers kind of aren't really 100% certain of what they're doing or working with in terms of their setup. Jeez, how many hits did I just get bonked by then? 100% my fault, mind you. This is not that bad. The only problem is like every now and then when one of them is just like randomly standing in a spot where like Blizzard just for whatever bizarre reason like isn't doing damage on that specific tile. This takes way too long though. You wouldn't actually drop like a good quantity of mana potions, would you prick? I don't know if this is faster than the Amazon or slower. I think it's taking me more time to get through the actual sanctuary. But, you know, you kind of skip a good chunk of the River of Flames, so... It's pretty good for Ventar and his boys. And not Ventar. Freaking... You guys know who it is. The Infector of somethings. The actual Diablo fight will be a little bit... teensy bit more serious, but this guy has a lot of crushing blow. And I actually have better resistances than... That's actually weirdly the most like dangerous thing, is like getting Oculus into a... Jurials. It's difficult to resent a Jurials drop, because Jurials is one of those items that, like, A, could be ethereal, B, just as long as I play the game, I'm probably going to need more Jurials. This is like basically everything that isn't a sorceress, maybe. Like, okay, basically everything that isn't a caster will probably want to wear a Jurials at some point. Like, it may not be their endgame armor, but, you know, they're going to want to put one on at around level 40, if you've got one. And there's a good chance their mercenary is going to want one as well. Hold on. I'm going to quickly double check this, because I think my Amazon, like, these are specifically the essences that my Amazon already has, and I don't want to farm slow essences. Yeah, they are. Okay. Hold on. I'll just move these in here since she's the one that's going to be using them, because I want to respec her to use Wind Force. Actually, she might kind of take over now, because I feel like now that my sorceress has the Thunder Charm, she'll probably do Bale faster, but faster isn't always easier. Sometimes I just want to... Mercenary, come on. Like, there's literally not a... It's completely open ground between there and here, and for some reason he just wants to hang around on a fucking bridge. I'm getting hit by invisible lightning bolts. He must be crit poison. But yeah, one of the bigger reasons why I want to do this with the Amazon is EXP for Aura. And also because she has the waypoint. I think the sorceress might not have it now, because I reset her maps a whole bunch to get like a good Lower Kuras, the good Mephisto. Very busy Worldstone Keep, but I don't mind killing my way through here. Decent EXP. I don't know who will actually use that. I've got to be careful with these guys. They may not actually do that much damage, but they do to me because I have very little fire res.
I can't carry anymore.
That is rare as shit. Because those axes, that's like my favorite base weapon type for a Whirlwind Barbarian.
I can't carry anymore.
Man, it's taking so long to get through here. Ooh.
I am overburdened.
Was that me, or did my mercenary just get one shot? It really looked like he just got one shot.
Salutations.
But it could have also just been the effects and everything occluding what actually hit him. Yeah, aside from me going AFK, this is not going too bad now. Oh yeah, so I don't think he actually got one shot. I think I just wasn't thinking. Although the meteor fire does a lot of damage. I just got a few ticks of it there. Ugh, what a horrible position to be in here. With the snakes on the other side. This is one of the dangers of, like, this is where you will die in hardcore every single time. Like, okay, no, I'm overstating it a little bit, but, so, like, the two things that will just flatly get you killed the most in hardcore, one is when you're playing through the game and you just want out. Like, you start to get frustrated, your damage isn't good enough, but you don't want to go back and farm or grind or whatever, and like you just want out. You just want to like get to that waypoint, get to that thing, you know, like, you know, let's like say you're in Act 3 and you just want Eldritch. Like, that's it. You just want out of the fucking jungle. You know you can pretty much skip through Act 4. It's nice and quick. You just want freaking Eldritch. You just want to, like, you know, get some levels, get some loot. Or you want to get, you know, I don't know, you're struggling in Act 5, but, you know, let's say you're in Nightmare, but you want Helendario, because you know you can get way better stuff from her. Like, that's what's going to get you into trouble when you're playing through the main game. Because you have to kind of be a little bit desperate and frustrated to not just kind of see something bad and go, nah. This one deals with the bear waves like so comfortably just because of the slow.
Good afternoon.
That's right, because they're going to be poisoned to shit, and it's just going to melt them if I don't come back. Now here... I do not want to be standing in those hydras. No. I have like way negative fire resistance, so we're not going to do that. Oh, one of them is cursed. Very sexy there. Amazing. But you can just kind of bully this one very quickly in this corner. Look at the Valk just tanked all of that like an absolute Chad. Chadette. I don't know what they call them. Sigma Valk. But yeah, Valk just... the amount of shit that the Valk can just stand in and just not give a shit. It's crazy. But then, you know, high-level mercenaries are pretty freaking tanky too. Especially the barbarians. They are some chunky boys. And it's like, you gotta give them a go, the barbarians, if you've never used one before. Like, you're gonna have that sort of like, at least I did, you have that mental block of thinking like, oh yeah, but this guy can have Holy Freeze. Like, how is the barbarian gonna be tankier than mercenary with Holy Freeze just slowing everything down? They legit can be. Like, they can still get totally like brutalized if they're you know, under level. Probably maybe a little bit more so than the Holy Freeze boys because they rely much more on like just defense rating. But look at that, just chew through players 3 minions, not a problem. Really comfy. I want to take a look at this because this could be a neato. One socket. Get it out of my face.
I am overburdened.
Banish it from my reality. I refuse to be a part of its universe. And this guy, he's always been a cunt. He'll always be a cunt. You know? Killing him's always going to be a... Like, come on, man. The block chance is just stupid. But, you know, what can you do? It would be nice, like, if I'm going to do more bosses with this lady, to have the... Actually, you know what we can do? What we can definitely do is... I think I have the Sorceress's Obedience. Yeah, hell yeah. Alright, just speed this up a smidge. And I should cube them, but... I'm a terrible, lazy person.
I'll put that to good use.
Alright. Be a little bit slower for me, a little bit less attack rating. You complete absolute arsehole. I told you, he's always been a cunt. He's family knew it all along. I'd say his friends knew it, but he never had any.
Salutations.
Nobody ever really liked the guy. And nobody ever judged him for it. Like, no one who knew him was like, you know, oh man, come on. Like, hey, you know, you could have helped him out back there or something. And they're just like, nah, you know, I get it. I understand why people don't want to go near this guy. He's just a dickhead. But yeah, look at that. The crushing blow, just chonk, 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 chonk. Like, she's got a little bit of crushing blow, but crushing blow is way more effective on a melee weapon. You know, it already gets a debuff. Against bosses, so now, and then it just gets a double debuff for being ranged. So I think it's like 1/16 or something instead of 1/8. But he's getting junked nicely, and he's slowed to the point where he just doesn't even function, so literally just chillaxing. You know what I really need to do? I need to figure out how I can make my stream, like stream the game sounds and stream me talking, but like not stream like, I don't know, music I play, so I can just like play this while listening to music without bothering people. Nice! Got a level for killing him. Wah, 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 wah. Be quiet. been so freaking slovenly with like the skill distribution here, but what do I even put him in at this point? Do I just keep bumping these passives? The gains are very, very, very marginal. I genuinely don't know where to put my points now. Like, what? These only synergize with each other. This doesn't synergize with anything. And is irrelevant to the build. These give, like... I mean, I guess this gives 10% attack rating per level. Which is, like, 10%. Something, I guess. Oh, wait, hold on. What does she benefit from? So, extra life from decoy, extra attack rating from penetrate, and she gets critical. Okay, so I guess it just, yeah, I guess it's just penetrate to buff the Valk. And, you know, give a tiny little buff to our attack rating. I have no idea. Like I said, I'm always can always do a little bit of reading before I respec again.
Can I help you?
Mm-hmm. Not bad. IAS mana leech. Bale runs and Diablo runs are always just like a teensy bit more exciting than Mephisto runs, even if the drops are usually really disappointing compared to like how long it takes to get to them. And I see souls, so yeah, we're just gonna do this nice and slow. We don't fuck around with no souls. So the main thing with souls is like you want to tap them from a long way away with multi-shot. And once they like souls seem to do this thing where like when you're just in their range, like the first thing they do is, you know, try to zap you. But then they start kind of like teleporting around and doing all this like weird nonsense. And that's when you can start like DPSing them way more safely. But the main thing is just to like trigger them out of this kind of like, I don't know what you would call it. They have this kind of like sniper state where they're just sitting there and they're just waiting for you to kind of like come around a corner or, you know, just walk into their range. And then the first thing they're going to do is like a bunch of them are just going to focus fire you. And that's just a really great way to get, like, you know, 100 to 0'd really fast, especially if they have auras or anything like that. But once you've kind of aggroed them and pulled them out of position, you can play a lot more aggressively against them. The only thing is, like, it's the spacing of souls. Yeah, see, I pretty much just got myself killed there by like strafing in front of them instead of multi-shotting a bunch down their hole. So the one thing I don't want to do is basically be like the first person to go into a room and pull that aggro. And this is kind of the main thing with souls. It's just like get them shooting at your mercenary, get them shooting at your Valk. You know, watch, because it does have like some punch through. But yeah, once you can kind of trigger that initial thing, what makes Souls really, really dangerous is because of the amount of range they have, one pack of Souls controls so much of a map that if the map is like has any kind of density of Souls, then what's going to happen is basically every speck of that map is going to be, you know, quote unquote under enemy control. But then you're also going to have points where like multiple groups of Souls, they're like sight lines, they're fire lines, they're lines of fire, like intersect with each other. So what happens is like you try to like move around one group of Souls and you get like, you know, insta-chunked by like 2 more. And now you've aggroed 3 groups, and it's just like, you know, that's usually when you like save and exit if you have any sense. But that's just like, you can't deal with them if you're a melee class because of that. Freaking Bale, man. What a jerk. But it's good to know that I can deal with them. Like, it doesn't have to just be like an instant, you know, save and exit. Just need to slow it down a bit. A lot of things in this game can be dealt with by just slowing it down, peeling things apart, taking it easy. Like, you can finish this game with like the worst gear if you just really take your time. But it will get to the point where it's like, you know, it can be super merciless. Like, having low damage in this game just doesn't make the game fun. Also, I probably should have, yeah, I should just bring the hustle in the cube so I can swap them as needed. Hold on, it's Shale Co-L. Should have a shale lying around here somewheres. Yeah, thought so, thought so. Hey, shale. Good old Co. And get a bit of eld action here. There we go. All right. Shale. Co. L. 127639 versus 51599, and that's fast versus very fast. But this is for an Amazon.
I'll put that to good use.
Who knows? Anyway.
I can't.
Oh, that's right. I forgot to ID this. I'm super hyped to see this. Even with only 100% ED, that looks pretty decent. That weapon is so monstrous, and it has like extra reach. It has the best reach of like every one normal one-handed weapon. And this thing, I was thinking maybe keep it for a black base, but like I got better stuff. It does have a low eye level. It's being punished for being ugly, basically. Well, it's being... It is balanced by being ugly. It's just like swords in this game kind of suck, but they're like balanced by being swords. Swords are just naturally cool. So it's like, you know, you're better off making this weapon in a Berserker Axe base or something base, but it's like you make it in a Colossus sword base because it's just freaking cooler, isn't it? Yeah, I'll try to pull her towards us. Like, look how irrelevant her existence is now that she's slowed, and look what open wounds did to her. Absolutely bullied. Oh, I don't want to go down that side. There's nothing nice down there. Nothing for people like us. There are way too many of these jerks in here. You know, I probably should put the physical damage Sunder Charm on her. Because it's just a flat 10% damage buff. Yeah, I don't know why I haven't done that. It's on a mule currently, but I can get it before the next run, I suppose. Why must you decrepify me, Baal, you absolute asshole. I hate you so much. Hate everything about you, stupid crabness. Don't run away, you little shit. That's right, get back here. Yeah. On your bike. On your fucking shaming bike, you little cunt. You can fuck off back to hell. Oi. Who's this guy sliding around? Look. If that's ethereal with, I don't know how many sockets, a number of sockets, one of a number, one of 9, then it's possible we have a stew going, but we'll see. Shut the fuck up. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Man, they just get bullied. Like, they're not even equipped for this. I don't want to be standing too close to these guys, so, you know. Just give them a little space. Just amazed by how comfortably, how easily we just clear these bell waves. Players 3, mostly MF, well not mostly, but a good chunk of MF gear. Thankfully the good MF gear is like, you know, it's not optimized for combat, but still gives you a lot for combat. Like Shaco gives you a lot. Shaco gives you like good chunk of health, mana, quality of life. It's got the plus skills, which is like, it's a little chunk of damage, it's attack rating, it's a little bit of defense. It depends entirely on just partly on your, you know, what kind of skill tree you have. But like, think about it for the Amazon. It's a little bit more critical strike. It's a little bit more penetrate. It's a little bit more, you know, so it's a little bit more attack rating, a little bit more pierce, a little bit more dodge, a little bit more freaking tankiness on the Valk. Like, it's just gives you a little bit of everything. A little bit more of the kitchen sink. What do we got here? Nothing. You got nothing. You disgust me. Chunk, 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 chunk. Chunk, 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 chunk. The EXP here is really good. Oh yeah, hold on. I need to...
Put that to good use.
Thank you. It's way too awkward getting that from the cube, but it's fine. Once you tag this guy, he can't do anything. Like, you literally have time. You just mess with your inventory and dick around. And, oh, look at him just get chunked with the obedience. That's so nice. Get out of here, ball. On your crab bike. Fuck off back to that fucking demon pavilion, you fucking prime cunt. You end, fucking Tarasha. Just chilling, like, actually just chilling. What? 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 Man, the first chunks of his life go so fast with the obedience. And even just that little bit of crushing blow that we have. Down, bail on your fucking crap bike. Fuck off back to hell, you big fucking blue cunt. Ooh, Chomp. Let's go, Ball Chomp. You know, there was a time when people ran Baal and Nilithax specifically pre-Terrazone, because I think, I'm pretty sure they had the highest like monster level in the game,
How may I be of help?
and consequently there were things that only they could drop, like specific charms. I don't know exactly what, like, I don't remember, like, it wasn't skillers or anything, but it was some crazy combination of affix and suffix that, you know, sold for like an absurd amount of like runes or SOJs or whatever, and you know, if you could just get an inventory full of them, you were just gravy. Like, that was super strong. But those were the old days. These are the Terrazone days. But the EXP of doing bar runs is still pretty good. Juve. Ancients can be like the worst thing in the game to spawn. If it's some combination, like really brutal combination, like Ancients to Souls, just re-roll. Don't even worry about it. Like, maybe if you just want to try to do it as like a challenge for funsies, like really slow, really careful, like test your positioning and everything else, you can do it. But like, you know, if, let's say there's a boss pack of souls here, and there's like an ancient in this room, just re-roll. or there's like, you know, a champion pack of ancients in the room, like just re-roll it. It's like, if you can at least fight to make a little bit of space and like clear yourself a little bit of space to like mess with other stuff, then yeah, you can probably do it, because you could bait the souls really far away from the ancients, you know, peel them apart, deal with them very slowly. It's doable. Like, a lot of content in this game is very doable, but it's just like a question of how long do you want to be doing it. But if you're just hyped for the challenge, you know, then hell yeah, take the challenge. But like, understand that like, it's not on you if you can't beat stuff in this game when there's no space to beat it with, if that makes sense. Oh yeah, hold on.
I'll put that to good use.
Hold on. Can I?
I'll put that to good
Oh,
use.
nice. So if I just pop it on that thing.
I'll put that to good use.
Okay, that makes my life a little bit easier. Like, if I want to do a swap like that with my sorceress, where I, you know, I'm not playing the game in slow motion, and I actually need to do stuff quick, then groovy. Put it there. Yeah, freaking specters. A lot of time I would find specters scary, but these guys are just not that scary.
I can't carry anymore.
You can carry everything. Not a word out of you. Yeah. Sometimes you just want to go. Nah. Like, I wasn't scared of anything that could spawn there. Now this is potentially like really dangerous, because I do not have fire resistance. But the Merc just thugging it out there. Al-Hazir gonna release his like LP. It's classic, like old school gangster rap about how like the Merc life chose him. He didn't choose the Merc life.
I am overburdened.
Oh, why do you guys keep running out of that freaking room? I just want to look at this thing and then go. But you have to be a bunch of dicks about this, don't you? To make my life hard. I hate you so much. There's usually a boss pack down here, so I might as well go get him. While I'm here, you know. Didn't choose to come here, but guess I'll have to. Oh, that's right. I have so little inventory space. So, yeah. It's the +3 to Warcry Helm we want with 2 sockets. Please, game. Now, if we're +3 to combat skills, like we're +3 to, I don't know, Frenzy, and +3 to Battle Orders, or hell, even something like a Gimme, like +3 to increase speed or something, in addition to like a bit of Frenzy, you know, whatever. Then yeah, then give me 3 sockets. Let me make a bulwark in it. That'd be a really nice hat. Valkyrie, get the hell over here. Like, just a good chunk of elites and uniques to kill coming down here in the stinky toilet seat of destruction. You know, he calls it a throne. A lot of them do. You know, they read the paper while they're in there and stuff like that. I don't think that that's particularly civilized. It's crazy. We have a reputation for being like an uncivilized country. Where we're like, I don't know, playing Twister with giant spiders. And using snakes as skipping ropes or something. But it's like, yeah, well, you know. I don't know many people who like read the paper on the toilet. And people who did, like, I don't know, kind of want to be friends with them. And yeah, it's like a cliche in America, isn't it? Look, I don't mind the guns. And, you know, the endless like foreign wars and drone strikes, and you know, seizing foreign nationals without arrest and keeping them in offshore gulags, and just, you know, generally being like monstrous and waterboarding people and blah 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 blah. But like, you know, pop off. You guys haven't, you know, what do they call it? Kind of crypto empire to maintain. Superpowers always have to do shitty things. That's just the way it is. Maybe we don't need superpowers. I don't know. I'm not getting into that. I'm not that smart. But you know, basically, I'm not judging. Aside from like, you know, shit like reading the newspaper on the toilet. That's just weird. Don't do it. Like, there's time to stop. Yeah, I've tried multi-shot on these guys to try to like thin out the skeletons. It's so much better just to strafe them. Don't give them time to spread out. And they just go to bits. There is, yeah, one of them's come all the way over here, and it's the king of the shits. Get out of here, king of the shits. Yeah, the last of your shits can fuck off. Your king is dead. Mourn him, but do it somewhere else. Preferably in hell. And these jerks. Oh, the Hydra, the Hydra, the Hydra. Oh, the Valk just got melted. You shut your whole mouth, you fucking Mr. Krabs motherfucker. Like, sitting there on your freaking... Like, oh, just walk up there and slap you. What? Like, I can't? Ooh, that hurt. It was scary. But look, now they're all slowed. They can't do anything. They're just being very depressed and not having a great time. I think I like the Amazon because she has a similar effect on people as I do, you know? It's just like, when I'm around, they just become like lethargic and depressed and incapable of doing things. Yet still very, very committed to trying to like hurt me and make me go away. I just have that effect on people. The freaking minions are just pussycats once you've slowed them. Like, look at this. They just come in here like, ooh, 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 yeah, yeah, yeah. Like, they got nothing. I mean, they've made me use 2 juvies on the mercenary. That's about as good as it gets for anything that isn't a Death Lord or a Soul. Look, I'm just gonna pick up potions, okay? You guys can, like, punch this thing. Yeah, so this is where the physical Thunder Charm would be nice, but I forgot to get it. It also... might not hurt to get some Crushing Blow there once he has amp damage on him. Might help chunk him down just a little bit. And the Mighty Lister goes down. Drops fuck all, as is his wont. Already got the obedience on. Watch this guy just get chunked at the start. It's so nice. Oh, the big chunks. The big chunks. Look at the chunks. But now it's like really slows down. This is where, like, if you have low damage, this is where your open wounds starts to come in a little bit clutch. Because it's just a nice, consistent tick. Because if you genuinely have, like, no damage, you can kill Hellbow with, like, the combination of the two. Like that little axe that I was talking about, that axe from Act 1 that has Crushing Blow and Open Wounds, you can literally use that to kill Hellbow. If you're high enough level, it won't even be that slow. Especially if you have Smite or something to get the initial CB hits off really fast. Because what happens is, like, eventually the percentage that CB is taking off becomes so small that the monster's ability to heal essentially, like, negates it. Although you don't really get heal on these big act bosses, but it eventually just gets to the point where it's so small it's kind of, you know, irrelevant. But we got our essences. And I think that's all now. Wait, we got terror, we got hatred, we got suffering, and destruction. Blah, blah. And that's good that we've got 2 from the ones that are the more annoying to get to. because I kinda need another 2 from these. And I guess I shall go get them. But what I'm going to do is... where is he? Where is my firstborn? This boy, I think, has the whatever it's called, bone crack or butt crack. No? Or like chunk crack or something. I don't know. It's called butt crack. I'm pretty sure the butt crack charm. If he doesn't have it, she has it. I don't know why I put uniques on someone who's called Misk, but I think she has most of the, like any charms that I want to meal, which is mostly just like really, actually there's no reason to keep that. There's no reason to keep that. No reason to keep that. The roll is too low. There, that's actually really nice to have like both cold damage and life on the same charm. Because I like to have a bit of cold damage on every melee character, so that's not terrible, but fire damage is kind of bonk. Poison is much more valuable. Yeah, like getting a nice, just like, chunk of skillers here, especially lightning skills. Yeesh, that's really good. 9 maximum damage. That's not great. Yeah, alright, what do we got here? Another lightning skiller. And another Geeds. But where is this? Yeah, so we got the Flame Rift and the Flame Rift. Yeah, see? Butt crack. Boner break. Boner. I don't know that I need 3 of these, but let's take out Boner. We got every kind of charm here, okay? We've even got a Boner. So let's take Boner. I'm sorry, I swear to God this is funny if you know what the fuck I'm talking about. You people just don't know what I'm talking about. I like the attack rating, but I have a feeling the Boner is going to be more useful. But let's try it. Let's just very quickly, like actually a cheeky Bale run. Cheeky. Or a cheeky Chaos Sanctuary run, or, you know, something, just so we can test out the Boner. Wah, 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 wah. Alright, let's test the Boner. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I feel like the Boner helps. Because remember, the Boner is now like essentially just, so instead of my amp damage, actually I don't know. So the amp damage will make the Boner kind of irrelevant, but prior to the amp damage frocking, the Boner is giving me an extra 10%, just flat 10%. No, it's probably more than that, to be honest. I don't know. Anyway, bottom line is, these aren't the strongest enemies, not the tankiest enemies. They're not the most like I really want to start getting into something like some Moonlords or something that even when they're not listed as physical immune, still have just a base level of physical resistance. Because then the Boner is taking just 10% off that. But I don't know, these guys seem to be falling to the power of the Boner. Man, I'm so glad I found a boner. Because now that I have the boner, I can use the boner in conjunction with the Warcry skillers, and I can make a shouty barbarian boy who, you know, is actually like, you know, pretty cool. Like, he doesn't benefit from this, and he sucks at killing bosses, but he can kind of go anywhere pretty damn safely. And all he really worries about is physical resistance, but I don't know. I don't think the boner is really going to make that much difference for a singer, because they have no way of then... I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like it's something I just have to try. Fanaticism. Oh my... That is a spicy... Mercenary got absolutely chonked there. Yeah, see, they are not... Ooh, okay, so they're still a little bit slow to kill with just the amp damage, but with the combination of the amp damage and the boner... Woo! So maybe
Yes, warrior.
the boner is best used with amp damage. Because I know that's how people use the Sunder Charms. Like, you can't just like put a Sunder Charm on and like destroy everything that used to be immune to you. It's only giving them like a 10% damage vulnerability all up. But if you can then stack some more reduction on them,
I am
then you can get to the point where they will actually just melt away. And I thought maybe the cold... Bale, you absolute cunt. Anyway, yeah, I'm pretty chuffed about the boner, and I keep forgetting to
Put that to good use.
switch this guy back to the Usul.
I can't carry anymore.
Ghost Spear is a... Oh, okay. It's potentially worth a look. It is not ethereal, therefore I loathe and despise it and never want to see it again or hear its name spoken in this life or any other. Yeah, come get some. I've got my boner, and you guys are powerless against the boner. Ha 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 ha. These demons are no match for my boner. Damn, look at the boner. Go. Oh, 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 oh. They do not respect the boner, I can tell you already. Souls don't give a shit about anything. Yeah, I'm not going looking for fights with souls. And still that happens. That was so close.
Thanks.
Bless you, full juvie, bless you. Look how many juvies I freaking used in this like one little fracas with the souls. Genuinely terrifying stuff. No, 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 no. Leave me alone, leave me alone. Yeah, bother this lady. She insulted the soul god. She's racist. She doesn't think souls should live in nice neighborhoods. And she doesn't want her kids going to school with the kids of souls. So you attack her. Please don't kill my boy who I can't potion because I was too lazy to go get potions. Look at the Valve just thugging it out. She don't give a shit. Yeah, she seems to deal with Oblivion Knights a little bit easier than the Sorceress, but then the Sorceress kills everything else faster, so it's kind of a wash. Like, I will be so happy to do those like really high level areas with the Sorceress. As soon as I have something like a Heart of Oak, which actually I suppose I could make a Heart of Oak now. I have a Vex.
Not here.
It's mainly because like you can't do the like really dicey content with the Sorceress when you carrying an Oculus. Like, it just gets you killed. Because things like Souls and like they don't miss you. So they just proc Oculus so fast and so like freely. And then that just like yeets you out of position and you just get killed. Don't raise these dickheads behind me, that's just rude. I don't know why I came that far forward. Pew 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 pew. Shut the fuck up.
Salutations.
I do not want to stand in the hydras and die. Don't kill my mercenary. Freaking hydras. Like, my mercenary just, he doesn't wait, he knows how dangerous those hydras are. Bro's just hiding behind a column. But look at that, these guys are a real DPS check, because they'll just heal each other. If you don't do enough damage. Fucking asshole. Whee! They just hot knife through butter, these guys. I'm sure there's builds that do it a lot faster, but for the speed, for the safety. Fucking asshole. Damn, look at the Merc just bugging out. Health actually going up as he fights the minions. Doesn't give a fuck. It's like... Minions, cash me outside. I do what I want. That's what he says to everything. He says, no, I do what I want. Catch me outside. Because he literally does what he wants. And if you don't like it, you can like throw hands with him outside of the building. And he will win. my back. Alright, let's order a new Valk. Flush the old one down the toilet. Don't tell the kids what happened. Tell it went to Valk Kevin. No, no, no. We sent it to a farm. A farm where it just gets to like, you know, kill Pindleskin every day. Oh, hold on a second. I gotta give someone a link. You guys probably just like heard my stream playing over my stream, which is cool. But hey, if I can get someone to come check this out, you know, the empire grows, engages the algorithm. You know, my vast entertainment-based corporate interests diversify. I don't know. Doesn't actually matter, but anyway. On your bike. Yeah, fuck off out of here, you fucking crab cunt. So, the boner worked really well, and I'm super pleased with the boner, and really glad that we have a boner. And I'm going to grip. I'm gonna hold the boner tight, and you know, I'm never gonna let the boner go. Hey, please don't do that. Ugh. Thankfully, their boner spears do not benefit from the stinky aura of stink. It's the depression aura. Well, it's not the depression aura. It's kind of the depression. It's the manic depression aura. It's an aura that hurts you, basically. It's a bad thing that hurts you. It's green. You know exactly what I'm talking about if you play this game. Bwee. Bwee. Oh, wait, what is that? Is that nauseous? Little bit disappointing if it is nauseous because I've already got one, but still cool because it's a really rare drop. But as I say, this is one of those ones that, like, to me, it looks like something that, like, a bear druid, like a Fireclaw druid, or even a rabies druid could, like, benefit from quite nicely. But also, I just realized, yeah,
I can't.
why don't I just benefit from those teleport charges? Like, you know? Like, why not me? You know, why shouldn't I have a good teleporting life? It's very handy to just have access to teleport. The only problem is, like, Amazon teleport, their casting speed is so freaking low. I thought that might have been a boss pack there. It's not, so let's just go ahead and ignore it. Look at that, we're already skipping content, man. The teleport stuff already giving us, like, really, really bad gameplay habits. Bro, why are you so loud? Out of here, Trunk. Devil? What am I supposed to do with that game? Wow. Dude, I'm sorry. You must fear the power of my boner? I don't know if it's better to call it butt crack charm or the boner. I kind of like both. It just depends on my mood. It is a butt crack charm though. Or a boner. It's got to be one or the other. This chunky fuck. Ooh, Might Aura. Wait, someone is sassing my stash? Ain't no way. My mercenary just got evaporated. I think this may have something to do with me continually forgetting to weapon swap him so much. Yeah. So I done forgot. I forgot skull emoji to put the...
I'll put that to good use.
to give him his, like, you know, his Sigma stick instead of the Rising stick or something. I don't. Anyway, okay, now he has his Sigma stick. They are all gonna put their gats out for it. You watch. bad. Like, I swear, if they ever do like a update or something about like, give us like instead of calling it Archon staff, you know, like the highest level staff, like just call it a Sigma stick. Come on, do us a solid. We deserve it. A friend of mine is sending me mice. No, not mice. Look at this dickhead. I'm not going all the way over there, lady. You want to die, you come here. So, people probably don't know this about me, you know. Look, even though I am obviously like YouTube famous because like 7 people watched my stream once, so really you should know. You should have a really unhealthy parasocial relationship with me, and you should know all of these things, but you don't because you know you're not proper fans of mine. You don't actually like me. But oh yeah, hold on.
I can't.
I was gonna like try to teleport to save my mercenary, but then like I forgot that I don't actually have it on the same keybind as the sorceress. Look at the Valkyrie. These guys are the silliest enemies in the game. Like they just do not give a shit. But with the power of the butt crack and the power of the boner, we will very, very slowly push them back. But look what they did to my mercenary. Look what they've done to my boy. Like, it's just depressing.
Good afternoon.
He is a chunky boy, and they just cut
Yes.
him to teensy little pieces. But definitely dealing with them a little bit more comfortably now that we have the boner, because look, the bottom line was when enemies already had a good chunk of physical resistance and then with stone skin on top of it, even with amp damage we were like barely tickling them. Now with the boner we actually like can kill them relatively well. We do need to stack both, but that's fine. Like the whole point of this build is that you have time to do shit like that. Like you have time to just kind of wait for the curse to proc. Yeah, see, that's how we want to use the teleport stuff every now and then, just to kind of control the mercenary and the Amazon. Look at this absolute dickhead. Just slinking around down here like some kind of filthy criminal. Hey, he dropped... Okay, the filthy criminal dropped a bone snap, which makes me like him just a teensy bit more, but still he's a filthy criminal. And, you know, it's a freaking bone snap. Like, we all have 60 of them, you know. If you're in, like, some brand new ladder sense or solo self-found, then yeah, it's pretty freaking cool to find a bone snap, but, like... Get out, get out, get out, get out. Thank you. Ah, c'est Closedel. Hold on a second here. let us show these fools the power of the boner. Let's butt snap them and bone crack them, or whatever it is. Butt crack them. Butt crack them and bone snap them. Imagine bone snapping with a butt crack, though. You know? Actually, is the bone snap the boner? Yeah. The lore goes deeper. Someone make a lore iceberg video about boner? Get the butt crack. Alright. I just want to get this crap off us. Just get this shit hosed off us. Thank you, game. Thank you. Thank you, kindly old woman. Throw the frickin' people! Bob. Absolute cunt. Brr. Brr. And yeah, I should use the decoy to eat Decrepify. But I don't actually use decoy because this is literally the only time in the game. Like decoy can be really good because basically it's broken and sometimes it's just 1,000 times tankier than it needs to be. So you can use it to tank stuff like this. But generally speaking, if your Valk and your Merc are tanking fine, then decoy is kind of a useless skill, so there's no reason to like have it on a keybind aside from for dealing with Baal's stinkers of Baal. Do you mind? Pardon? Yes, that's right. Get knocked back. Fuck off. On your fucking minion bike, you little four-armed cunt. Back to the fucking demon pavilion. Alright, we're gonna get the boy. Just speeding this up a smidgen. EXP is pretty spicy though.
What is it?
Wait, why are they like all around my portal? Get out. No. Whee. Yes, fall to the power of boner. And yeah, so like if this is 4 socket, it's not, because the game hates me and will never let me have anything nice at all. Doesn't matter what I do, I can do 1,000 Mephisto runs and just not get anything. But yeah, you know. Look at TP strats, TP bomb, TP this, TP something, I don't know man, like, I just want to feel like I'm doing something, because pressing buttons makes me feel like I'm engaging with the content. Like, you know, the more buttons I press, the better I'm playing. But yeah, this is like the staff, Naja's, is I think it's probably a decent staff for like a Fireclaw bear. There's obviously way better stuff. Like you can use, is it Obedience that gives stuff minus fire resistance? boo, 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 chunking down, Vale chunking down. It's probably best to swap these back around now. Dun, 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 dun. Let's get some attack rating. I need to shave, but I am not in the mood. It's Sunday. I can shave tomorrow morning. It's going to be the morning very soon. We are killing the crowd. But yeah, I feel like maybe if I max Cold Mastery with the Sunder Charm, then we might have a stew going. Because most people only put Cold Mastery to like minus 100, minus like 75, minus 100, whatever. Oh, look! It is, in my opinion, maybe the best bow in the game. But it's a worse roll than mine. Still, best freaking bow in the game, in my opinion. And we got the Sigons, and we got some crap, I don't know. Anyway, always cool to see a Ripclaw. It is my favorite bow. It is now, at least. I still have never really played with a Witch Wild String. Like, I played with most items in this game because...
Good afternoon.
So, I don't know that I've ever like explicitly said this, but my kind of... Like, so the way I played this game was like, I played this game a lot when I was really young, like when it came out around like early 2000, and played it from normal Diablo 2, like right when it was new, till like LOD, played the absolute shit out of it. It was the first game I ever like hard grinded, did all-nighters to play, you get what I mean. So really grinding and playing a lot. And then I stopped playing it or gaming at all for like quite a good chunk of time. But, as I kind of got a little bit more like time in my life, and like something I would always come back to was just load up LOD, single player, and just play around with stuff, like using like a hero editor or something, so I didn't have to like farm anything. So I'd watch people streaming. Just for something fun to do. And if I wanted to play with like a grandfather or something like that, just to like see what it was like, I had no problem just like hero editing it in to a single player account. So I'm pretty sure I have played with a Witch Wild String. I don't have a clear memory of it, but I feel like it's definitely something I would have done. Like, I don't have the clearest memory of how it went, but I suspect it must have gone well, because yeah. But I never had that bow multiplayer, and I always wanted it. And, after they made it so that you could upgrade, exceptionals to elites, that was when I was like, oh, okay, I think this is going to be like the best bow, or at least, if not like the best bow in the game, then it's going to be the bow in the game that I would have the most fun with. So it was kind of my holy grail. And I've said it ever since I started doing this like loot diary, that it's just one of the things that I really want to farm. And yet I found multiple Eagle Horns, multiple Bereases, I found the Widowmaker, I found Blood Raven's Charge, I found freaking Wind Force yesterday in the pits, and I still haven't found a Witch Wild String. Just the crazy stuff that RNG can do in the single player experience Like, I really thought it was going to do that to me with Skull Desire, because, like, that would have been horrible. Like, never being able to get a Skulders. I went so long without a Skulders, doing, like, a lot of Mephisto and Andy runs and stuff like that. Ouch, I went way too close to those guys. But yeah, I went so long without one that I eventually made a Wealth. Because I just had so many of those runes spare and was like, yeah, whatever. It just looks neater. If I'm never going to have a Skulders, I might as well at least have this. And then, like, you know, I think a few days after I made that, one just, like, randomly dropped in the pits. And then, as soon as that happened, like, literally the next day, I had Mephisto dropped one. Like, as soon as this game just decides that I can have one, you know, like, it just randomly stops tight-assing about something, then it just drops, like, a whole bunch. But that's why I swear, if it starts dropping, like, multiple wind forces, I'm gonna be, like, so freaking sad. Because what am I even gonna do with them? Hooah. Hooah. I'd really like to get
I am overburdened.
a good elite base, but there's nothing I can do with 5 that I know of. Oh my god, I stopped to, like, literally scratch my arm. Oh, very nice, very nice. Gonna add that on the pile of jewels to ID. Woo. Ah. Of course we have souls in here, of course. And of course they've somehow been, like, ninja souls, like, completely undetectable and hidden until, like, now, which means I could have just been, like, evaporated by them at any instant. I don't know if you saw that, but I literally took a Juvie just, like, reflex. Even before I needed to there. But yeah, see, the souls will, like, teleport to, like, mid-distance. And they're just so much safer than when they're, like, spraying lightning. Oh, nice. I love a co-rune. Just a free co-rune. But yeah, I'm not, like, considering my lightning resistance is minus 40. And I don't consider souls to just be, like, a save and exit. In fairness, not hardcore. I would if I was playing this character hardcore, I wouldn't. Like, if I saw a soul, instantly save and exit. If I see a lightning bolt, instantly save and exit. Just whatever. It's not worth the risk. But in a non-hardcore situation, it's totally doable.
Good afternoon.
Alright. Yeah. Back off out of here, you fucking soul. On your fucking soul bike. You little cunt. Asshole. Honestly, killing minions with this lady is like not even the teensiest stress. We just do it. Maximum calm, minimum fuss. Oh yeah, these guys will resurrect the souls, which makes them comically dangerous, but look, souls resurrected at close range like one by one is not the same as, you know, full packs of souls sitting off screen waiting to just snipe you out of existence with 7 lightning bolts. They ain't the same. Hydra. We know like Hydra. Stop. Oh, I just went to Juvium. I think you must have even heard the sound of it. Whee. I just wanted to chip away like 1 or 2 before going to get my mercenary back. I don't like him missing out on too much EXP, which I shouldn't really care about, because even if I do pull ahead, I can just buy one that is up. But, come on. Been through hell with this guy. It's my boy. Identify this. Oh, okay. Not bad, not bad. Like, considering you can put that in a helmet or something. Even a freaking weapon and get 10 all res, that's pretty spicy. I can't complain about it. Like, that's something nice to put in like a Necro Wand or a... You know, especially for like a summoner or something who's not going to want a rainbow facet. And I'm sure there's better jewels for that same purpose. But I still consider that cool. Ear rune? Happy to see it. Shut the fuck up, Bale. Do not come over here. Go away. What is wrong with you? Bro, social distancing. I was gonna say, like, I feel like I never really have had any good drops off the minions. You know, just the Bale Waves in general, but I have actually had some, like, half-decent stuff drop. Usually, like, charms and things like that. Like, I think I've got a Sunder charm here. Oh, Lister is on me. He is a big chungus. He is a big chunky boy. But he's also a slow chungus now. And he's an amp damage chungus. And we have the boner. So, you know, against the amp damage, the slow, the boner, they just can't do anything. I feel like this can take on Uber Diablo. With the Stoner Jordan thing. I could be, like, massively wrong. But, like, you know, put a Kira's Guardian and Smoke or something on. Or even just, like, literally make a Malice, go stand in the fire, get your Fade. Replace the Malice with, you know, that armor that gives you, like, Crushing Blow and... amp damage and stuff. And let us... amp it to good use. Yeah, we'll go put it to good use, my son. There's a crab here that must be chonked. Chonk the crab. Chonk him. Chonk him, I say. Yes, he's amp damaged. Let the chonking begin. Ha! The chonking begins. The deadly chonking. He's no match. Fear the chonk. You are no match. Wah, 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 wah. Wah, wah, wah. 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 Honestly, this doesn't even bother me. It takes a little while to chunk him down, but this slow, inexorable chunking just happens. It's just a particularly chewy piece of meat that you really need to, like, you know, just work with them molars. The problem is when you do get a really, like, stinky drop like that, it's just, like, extra poopy compared to doing a run of the boy. But the EXP, it's a spicy EXP meatball, what can I say? Where is... Okay, that is Co. That is IO. I can probably cube some IOs and then probably cube some Bloms, but... Nyeh. Nyeh. Alright. Let's... One more time. Once more for the road. For the boner. Just, you know, to prove how wonderful our boner is. What I do need to do though is go AFK just for a moment. I have to get some off-brand cola. Forgiveness, please. But yeah, I don't know. If I ever decide to go back into Battle.net, although I was gonna say, if I ever decide to go back into Battle.net, I would want to make one of these characters like really early as a kind of easy magic finder. But here's the thing. In Battle.net, getting started is so much easier. Because like there's so much gear that as like a single player, like when you first open up your account, or if you do a legit like, you know, solo self-found character, like so much stuff that just like honestly you can just finish the game in it and just have like a really comfy time. It's just free in multiplayer. Like pretty decent sets like Eratha's, you know, really nice items like rock stoppers, a lot of kind of like quote unquote like mid weapons that, you know, like things like bone snaps and stuff like that. Just people just give you stuff like that unless things have really changed in Battle.net. But back when I used to use it, a lot of stuff like that was easy to just pick up. It was all over the floor. It was, you know, there were channels specifically where people would give away freebies, and there's just a lot of items in this game that don't have value. Like, they're good, but they don't have value in an economy, in a trade economy. Because it's like, good though they are,
Hello.
everyone who has the kind of stuff that you trade for, like good, like rare runes or Stones of Jordan or something like that, like really good charms, blah blah blah. Anyone who has that sort of stuff already has those other basic items. And even if they didn't, they're not going to swap,
At your service.
you know, valuable trade goods for them. They'll just keep farming until they find them, like, because they know eventually they will. Or you might kind of barter some of those mid-level items, like, oh, you know, I'll swap you a I don't know, a rock stopper for your G-face or something, where it's like, you know, they're items that people use, but no one considers them like high-value end-game kit in an open economy, you know. Because when you have lots of people doing meth, like you're gonna just have a lot of items like that just literally stacking up in stashes. And it genuinely gets to the point where it's like, well, like, I'm not even gonna mule it anymore. Like, I've got 2 rock stoppers, or I've got 3 Juriel shells, I've got 4 of these. So, you know, playing the game in like an open context, if it's not, you know, if you're not enforcing some kind of solo self-found rule set, is way, way, way easier. But this character, I don't know, just seems like such a safe magic finder. Oh, nice. And now we got this as a Terror Zone. Alright. That does make it more dangerous, but also more rewarding, mostly from an EXP standpoint. Because I don't think a Terror Zone is gonna gonna make any difference to what can drop here. This is already, at least by the time you get to like the Throne of Destruction and Bale, you're already dealing with enemies that can drop, you know, anything. But maybe it helps in here. Though I definitely seem to remember that the World Stone Keep is also, you know, like a level 85 area, and all your super rare high level items can drop here, but I could be wrong. I'm no kind of expert on like the technical nuances of this game, like exact area levels and things like that. Man, this is a bit of a grindy keep, but very chill. So, you know, I do not mind a slow grind as long as you're not, you know, constantly like if you're constantly like clenched up, brown trouser, you know, edge of your seat, just trying to get through, just trying not to die, and then it was also taking forever, then it's just like pure suffering. Like, no. But if it takes a long time, but it's just chillax and easy. Oh no. If you deal with those people, thank you. Be reasonable, gentlemen. These dickheads. Whoop. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Go away. There you go. Now you're slowed. Okay. Dolls are so stupidly overtuned. Like, one single enemy should not be able to, like, chase me that far back. You know, just because I don't dare actually kill it. But yeah, when I say that, like, oh, well, this is overtuned and so on, I'm not saying, like, you know, take these things that are, like, supremely challenging out of the game and just flatly make the game easier. It's like, hey, tune up other stuff that is kind of like a joke. Like, make it better. Is this, pretty cool, ethereal. Yeah, plus 12 to life is nice, but, you know, you kind of want a good... Might as well take the boss pack. Woo! We have the power of the boner on our side. They're no match for us. Look at this guy. He's running. He doesn't want any smoke with the boner. He's afraid. He fears the boner. And we got another boss pack here, so we might as well take him down because, you know, Terror Zone boss pack. Just a chunk of EXP. And that's what we're here for. We want that EXP, we want those levels. We want the chunk. We want the stats. Of course everything's gonna come around the freaking corner. Of course! Yes, everything! Come! Yes! More! Another boss pack, please! 7 more Oblivion Knights. Why not? Why not a Baal and a Diablo clone? Like, yeah. You know? I suppose I should check. It could be like an ethereal 3-socket or something. I was betrayed. It's just a normal 3-socket, and I hate it. And I hate it here. I hate this game. I don't know why I haven't uninstalled it yet. It's so disgusting. It just... I can never have any fun with it. Oh, no. Like, sometimes I think I'm going to try and have fun, and then the game just, like, sweeps in and crushes all of my hopes and just forces me to cry and be depressed and miserable. Oh, what the heck is that? I ain't never seen one of them before. Oh, this is... This ain't nothing. This is just the exceptional... Good ED roll, though. And good IAS. I'm pretty sure I have this. It's just... Scepters are so rare. Like... The drops on the uniques and stuff like that. You don't see them very often. So I was kind of like having a little like moment where I was like, ooh, could that be like the Iron Ward or something? Oh my god, Decrepify is the most disgusting thing. Just go away, please. So these guys have a lot of physical resistance just naturally, and then they get more because it's hell. And so look how quickly they melt when amp damage procs on them. Shut the fuck up, Bob. Oh, okay, there's one complete asshole still here, just being an asshole, making it so that we can't progress. Though I think the shamans have already come out. Yeah, they've come out. Get chunked. Go away. Shut the fuck up. I think this may actually be the worst wave. Because this is one of those waves that just like we all know Lister can just be unbeatable. You know, it was like extra fast amp damage, some crazy, you know, it's just gonna instant kill you if he touches you, and then you can't kite properly and blah 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 blah. Like, we all know it. But you know what makes like the reality of like an unbeatable Lister even more depressing is like when you already potentially have to like save and exit and re-roll the entire keep because you got an unbeatable Akmal the cursed. Like, that can just literally be a DPS wall there when they're healing each other and consistently raising the skeletons. The poison can just absolutely devastate your Merc. Oof, freaking Hydra's absolutely deleting my... I think we've got them kind of to the point where I can bring the mercenary back without him just getting instantly evaporated.
Yes.
But yeah, they can also just make it so that, like, let's say the throne room has a lot of souls in it. Unless you can kill them very quickly, then that's just a save and exit throne room. Purely because when they get there, they're going to resurrect all the freaking souls. Unless you kill them very quickly. So again, it's just a big DPS wall where it's like, if you're already struggling, they just make it so you're struggling a lot more. But still, her ability to deal with the waves is just like... I don't know. I'm pretty chuffed with it. See if I can get a better pierce. Oop, they curse us. Minions cursing you should just... Your mercenary should just instantly fall over. And yet, because they're cursed, so he can actually, like, leech a good amount from them. And because they're slowed and doing way less damage than they normally would. it just becomes manageable. Like, I have to throw the guy a couple of full juvies. I'm also standing in a really stupid place where I'm like getting almost no benefit from Pierce. Healing, healing, healing. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Healing, healing. Whee. As soon as we tag him, he's just a pussycat now. And you just tag him with guided arrows, so like you don't even have to like take a risk on the missing the shot. Oh yeah, let's and now that we have tagged him, we got time. Let's switch my boy to the Sigma stick. And now he can just like mog on Baal. There's literally nothing Baal can do about it. He's just getting mogged on. You know? It's not very skibbity. Wah, wah, wah. Goof, goof, quack, quack. Oof, oof, quack, quack. Quack, quack, quack. I suppose the way to do this would be to have this on primary to hit the slow, and then just weapon swap to Windforce. Or like even use this until the amp damage procs, and then switch to Windforce. Although, I mean, Windforce can do so much more base damage that it's not going to demand the amp damage for clear speed quite to the same extent, but it will still want it for killing immune to physicals and stone scans, because the boner on its own is nowhere near enough. Go on, bow on your fucking crab bike, you fat pack. You fuck off out of here. Wait, that's not anything. I thought that was gloves. No worries though. I'm in a terror zone. I'm in a happy place. Like, you know. Look at that EXP bar.
Good afternoon.
You gonna love it.
What do you need?
See, he's not as, like, you know. Like, I don't even remember what this NPCs in this act say for the most part. They're just a bunch of bums. Just a bunch of bums hanging around like a hobo camp. Living in shacks. Eating sauteed cabbage. Whereas, like, the Act 2, people are, like, you know, they're, like, literally living in, like, palaces, they're civilized, it's like a city, they've got a bar, they've got a hotel, you know, they've got, like, nice cars, they have health insurance, like, they've got dental, their teeth aren't fucked, you know, they're not depressed because they see that, like, they can see a psychiatrist if they need to. They're just, like, living a good life in a good place. It's a bit hot, you know, but, like, the architecture's cool. Like, they know, obviously they know how hot the place is. And it's like, look, it's all open, multi-story places. Just chill on the roof in the afternoon when it's really hot. You don't get the breeze. You know, they probably have good drugs. These guys probably have bad drugs. Like, do you know that stuff that like people eat in like New Guinea? I think it's called like betel nut or something. It's not good, but you gotta like just chew this stuff. It's like really chewy, and you just like chew it for like your whole life, just to get like a little bit high. And it's really bad. But like, if it's all you got, it's all you've got. Oh, okay, I do have a keybind on Decoy. I'm such a doofus. Alright. Man, I'm getting better at the game. How big is this Might Aura? Like, everything I've seen for like half this freaking play thing has been Might Aura. And I still haven't seen the guy with the Might Aura. I think that was him. Whee! I hate these little assholes. Huh. Another unique. We love to see it. I don't think I'm gonna identify it because it's the stinking schning. I forget what it's actually called, but it's a stinky thing. It's called like, yeah, that's it, the stink strike. It's not actually a bad bow. Like, it's actually, I should probably hold on to it because if I ever do a fire, even a cold, like if you have just a little bit of pierce on your bow, and then get yourself a razor tail, or like even get yourself just the Iratha set, and just literally have a good life with like 90% pierce. I guess we better check that. I guess we're wasting our time checking that. But the thing is, it's the ones you don't look at, you know? Like the ones you were lazy. You were like, oh, I don't want to look at another. Maybe ethereal, you know, ogre blade or something. And then, you know, it's ethereal, it's this, it's that, it's the perfect number of sockets. It's just the best god tier rune base. Everything about it is amazing, but you didn't know because you didn't pick it up. These guys are way too noisy. Whee. Not enough. No. Woo. Yes, face the power of the boner. Boner? Oh look, the might of boner? They're no match for it. Did you seriously think that a pack of monsters could contend with the power of boner? There are none who can. Freaking snakes now. But they don't get to live long. We do not permit it. You know? Oh, that's a cool rare. What amazing. What amazing indeed. Why am I standing here amp damaged? I'm the smartest person. I'm the best player of this game. Look at this guy. He thought he was safe with his stone skin. He didn't realize. But we have Boner. And this is nothing he can do. He's just like, eh, what are you got away with it around for you meddling kids and your Boner? This guy. I hate this guy. Like, hold on a second. Damn, I've been doing this for 3 hours now, but this is such a spicy terror zone. It feels crazy not to take advantage of it. Whee, 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 whee. Shut up, Bo. Whee.
How may I be of help?
How may I be of help? Like, imagine selling potions in a game, and if someone comes to ask potions from you, and you don't say, "Welcome to my shop," or "Hello." It's just eternal failure will be yours. Brr. Get out of here on your fucking demon bike, you little council cunts. Like, you can't normally just sit here identifying charms while fighting battle waves in MF gear. In hell. Why is my mercenary hiding in a corner like that? Bro, come back. Whee! Alright, I'm not in a good spot for Pierce. These guys kind of shimmy around a bit too much. You're bugging me. Stop! Woo! Whee! I just gotta remember to summon the Valk, just cause like, she chunks, she does good damage. It's like having two mercenaries. Look at him just bully that minion. And they've been decreped as well, so their damage is like way lower than it would be otherwise. Get the Sigma stick. Do the skibbity swap. And, you know, just mog on this crab cell. Unbased balls, cringe gritty, skibbity. And, you know, crushing blow just does the job. But now he's, you know, he's been chonked down nicely. Just another quick skibbity swap of the Sigma sticks so we can have more AR, more attack speed. And the attack speed applies to everyone, so it's super nice. And we just finish this. Mr. Krabs, motherfucker. And send him to the Ohio backrooms, you know? But, unfortunately, we have no mats. You know, I was hoping for like a mythic, but it is what it is. Let's
Afternoon.
make sure we have enough AR ammo. Get some more slurp pots, you know? And take the battle boss to the Skibbity Throne. That's a lot of beetles. It's a lot of shitty beetles. Terror Zone shitty beetles. Should be good EXP. Boo. Get out. Ooh, they're fast. Look how fast they are. Spooky fast. Fast but fragile. As it should be. Ah, that's a biggie finality. Hold on. That biggie finality might actually be a base for whatchamacallit. But I should probably just use a regular flail, to be honest, because honestly, my sorceress probably has easy that much strength, but she probably doesn't have 70 dex. She's got 60 something dex because of the Blade of Alibaba, but you know, it's fine. I'm not that down bad to get a Heart of Oak that I will make the room word in like a base that is kind of substandard, because all that matters for the spirit is that the item doesn't have a high requirement and can easily have the correct number of sockets, which is like any flail I find down here I can roll sockets into and have a good chance to get 4 because of the item level of it. But it's I need to keep my eye out for them, that's the thing. It kind of needs to be a flail as well. There aren't many clubs that can have 4 sockets, like single-handed ones. Yeah, oh my god, I was going to say we're just going to ignore you, but apparently they don't want to be ignored. You know, they're tired of it. They've been ignored by like their demon husband all day. You know, so they decided they were going to like grind their Adderall up and snort it instead of just eating it like a civilized person. And, you know, they had a really good time, but now, you know, they're just running around with like a knife trying to murder people. And they have a special grievance against anyone who wants to ignore them, which we do, because I don't want to be here. That's not terrible, you know? For a small charm, with a little bit of AR, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. But yeah, I kind of prefer the AR to the life because I'm a grubby fuck and life is just like way less sexy than attack rating, but that's got +2 to max damage, which like comes out to a decent amount. I'll probably just stash that for someone else. Oh, okay. Fast ghosts. Very, very quick. Excuse me? Listen. Busting makes you feel good. Get the fuck in there. Look at him go once he actually does. Busting genuinely does make him feel good. Pew 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 pew. Pew 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 pew. Jube. Jube.
I am
Is this an elite base? I don't know. No. Shut up. Demon Ed. Oh, this is such a good, like, just... Oh, that, like, enfilade. Like, once you get one, and you just, like, tag them on, then they can't... They're just, like, almost stuck like that. And it's just, like, so much free damage from the PS. Just absolutely cut through them. Like a warm knife through THC resin. Which is a very similar consistency to butter, but not quite. Bong 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 bong. Bong 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 bong. Do 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 do. Yo can get fucked. Ooh. Yeah, look. The souls actually kind of break a little bit if you do slow them. Because when they teleport, it slows the teleport. But still very spicy to take them on without any amount of lightning absorb on top of the really balked lightning resistances. Spooky, spooky, scary souls. We are nigh at peace with being zapped by long-range lightning. So we'll just get that curse off and back down. These are Terror Zone souls as well, which is like, you know, everything is just spookier and scarier because it's higher level. Wah, wah. Get out of here. We have a boner. We're not afraid of you. Boner? Hey, Spirit Vex. Yeah, that's what I thought. No match for the boner. Wah, 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 wah. Hey, look, another one. Hey, it's the Cliggers. Hey, you got Cliggers? Hey, yo, Cliggers. Hey, yo, Cliggers. You got Cliggers on. Oh, spooky, spooky, spooky. Spooky, scary souls. With fanaticism. This may be a reset, but we might be able to just kind of peel them apart a little bit. The problem is these Unravelers, because they will res the souls, and that is such a huge boss pack. Okay. Here's what we're gonna do. Well, first things first. Okay. First things first.
At your your service.
If you're wondering what I was doing running around there like a doofus, it's because we need space to work with. We just need to clear some shit, right? Like, I need some space where I can, like, kill something and then just create a little space to work with, and where, you know, I can stand in a spot to kill it where I'm not going to be crossfired by 2 packs of souls that even if I kill the souls, they'll just be rezzed by fucking unravelers off screen. You see what I'm saying? So, now I have this corner to, like, work out from. I actually have a chance of clearing this. Could take a while, and it's probably not worth it. I should really just re-roll it. But I'm a stubborn man. Is there a reason why we just can't hurt this soul? It doesn't matter. I forgot to actually get my second roll of potions, so that slows us down a little bit, but it's fine.
Good afternoon.
Alright. Alright, now we actually cleared that corner. We kind of control a sightline now. I don't have to worry about,
I can't carry anymore.
you know, if I have to kite back, I'm not running into and aggroing another pack and potentially just bringing down more shit than I can deal with on my head. So now, we just take it nice and slow. And pull things apart if we have to. The main thing is that boss pack, and the main thing was wanting to get this specific angle on the boss pack. The problem is there are souls in there that can be rezzed by the boss pack, but we can kind of lure them out. The problem is now they're in like range to be healed, so that might not actually be doable. God, I hate souls. The combination of souls and unravelers is the most fucked thing you can have to deal with in this game. So now I have to clear this so I don't have these bitches shooting at me from behind. This is not particularly worrying, it's just an annoying waste of time because I may clear all of this stuff out trying to get an angle to work from, and just find that like the positioning of the enemies is such that I can't do anything. Like, and this is why I say, like, at these points you just reset if you care about. Yes, like what do I do there? There's literally nothing I can do there. Like, I just walk up there and like maybe just with a lot of really patient multi-shot.
I need mana.
Yeah, we just have to be like really patient. I really wish the mercenary in this game, like, would not do shit like that. Okay, how many souls are in this room? There's unravelers behind them. It's just, there's no clearing that. It's so fucking depressing.
Salutations.
But that's fine. I've cleared that angle. I can probably try to clear the other one, get rid of that boss pack of unravels. Like, at this point, it's literally just like, you know, I'm just playing it to like see if it can be done, because this is softcore and I can make those kinds of really stupid decisions. But like in every single case, if you are playing this game, like if you see shit like this, just reset. Like, look at this. We can't even kill one soul. My hope is that I'm punching enough arrows through into the Unravelers to actually, like, damage them. And slowly chip them down. And that then, maybe, we can start to make some progress. And then, like, just randomly lose, like, 900 health from what seemed like invisible lightning. But whatever, it doesn't matter. I think we have actually cleared this shit out. But this is the problem. Like, with like I've come way, way, way too close to death for this to have been, like, an acceptable thing to do if you were playing this on hardcore. There's no reason to do it. It's literally just like I could probably be back at the Bale Waves if I had just restarted and gotten a less stupid keep. But it can feel nice sometimes to just kind of crack those nuts, if that makes sense. But there's also things like this room, there's literally no beating this room. Like, there's nothing you can do. There's an Unraveler somewhere. There's probably 3 Unravelers or something somewhere in a back corner. And they're just going to, like, persistently heal and revive any souls that you kill. So, you know, the way to clear that room would be to actually, like, just go back to your stash, put on a bunch of, like, lightning resistance, and then, you know, come back so that you can actually be, like, way more aggressive with your positioning. But, you know, obviously I know I can do that. I don't want to do that. But honestly, still cleared out. Just cost a decent chunk of juvies, but, you know, we have them to throw away. Like, normally I'm adding juvies to the stash, not taking them away. And I usually leave quite a few on the floor for that reason. But that was pretty good. It's just like I say, like, if your time matters to you, like, to some extent, you feel like you're respecting your time by not sort of, like, restarting it. But trust me, the way better way to respect your time is to just restart it. Like, if you see bullshit like that, just don't. Because here's the worst thing, is, like, imagine you, like, because then you can get to, like, a sunk cost fallacy, where it's like, you know, I've had to clear so much of the map, I've tried to, like, put so much, like, time into just, like, trying to clear space and get angles to deal with this, like, disgusting thing, and then for whatever reason I find out that, like, it's just not something I can actually deal with, and now it's just like, oh well, but I still kind of feel like, you know, I'm still trying to deal with it because I feel like I've sunk too much effort into it already.
Good evening.
Just reset before it can even get to that point. Unless, you know, unless you're, like, in this kind of situation where it's like a softcore situation, you're not gonna, like, be busted up about dying if you do die. Oh man, that decoy was actually, like, freaking clutch. I think the decoy is just randomly bugged where it's, like, invincible. But normally that wave will, like, at least kill the mercenary. But there, they just kind of ran up and hugged the decoy, did nothing to it. and just got absolutely wrecked. Yeah, don't you worry about this, Ventar, the Unholy. I know you're immune to physical, but we have a boner and amp damage. Face the power and be humbled. This will be a cool Scourge of Quickness. I declare it.
Impossible.
Alright, I'll pick it up rather than standing in front of the minions of destruction waiting for them to kill me. I'll pick it up after they die. Extra fast minions. Whew, mercenary getting chunked. Had to feed him 2 full juvies. He could just die here. He will never die. My mercenary will never die. Do you hear me, God? Never. Shut the fuck up, Bale. Cruel of Quickness? They spelled it wrong, but that's what it is. Alright. I don't need this. I really don't need health potions, because... like, what is this guy gonna do? Apart from... excuse me? Hello? Get slowed. And then be depressed. Alright. Let's get the Sigma Stick. Do the skibbity swap. I just kind of stopped attacking for a moment there. I had to send a message, but it's not a big deal at this point. Alright, let us do the skibbity swap. Back to the OG Sigma Stick. Ooh, it takes a little while to chunk him down when you don't get the amp damage proc. So close. Man, the drops from Baal seem to kind of sting.
Hello.
She kind of does a hello, but it's not as good. It's not the chef's kiss, like kinda slightly sarcastic, like hello. No, 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 no. Actually, you know what? I got an idea. Oh yeah, it ain't gonna work with those FCR breakpoints. All right. Well, lesson learned. It was either that or re-roll it, so, you know. That was the game. Giving me a very strong hint that what it actually wanted me to do was re-roll it. Like,
Good afternoon.
but you know what I'm saying, right? Like, if you're anywhere in this community, like if you played any amount of Diablo 2, if you watch Diablo 2 streamers, whatever, you know that 90% of people play 90% of this game on autopilot, and then there are just random things that for no reason are so absurdly powerful and dangerous to you compared to everything else that, like, to be honest, so dangerous that most people just don't even engage with it at all. If dying matters, like if you're playing hardcore, you literally just re-roll the map. So it's like irrelevant anyway. It's like it's overtuned so much that people like just admit. They're just like, alright, yep, whatever. Like even if I could deal with it, it's gonna take so long that the most efficient thing I can do at this point is actually to re-roll the map. And it's so dangerous, like, I can't even teleport past it unless I'm, like, a sorceress with, like, you know, really good FCR. And it's just, like, that's not calculating game design, that's, you know, that's just multipliers being pressed, and then the player base being left to kind of make something of the results of it. Like, it's not, like, things just are not being playtested at that point, because... Or there's interactions that the devs just, like, you know, didn't foresee or whatever else. Like... And it's just like... I don't know. Like, not everything needs to be equally hard, but you do need to sort of, like, try to level out the peaks and valleys. Like, I think that is good game design. Or, if things are just, like, totally, like, okay, you will literally never hear me say a word about how extremely difficult and dangerous the Minions of Destruction are, or Diablo, on normal. I will... yeah, Diablo on normal. I will endlessly point out that Diablo on normal is, like, stupidly more challenging for melee fighters, because so much of the stuff in this game just is, because, you know, melee characters can just go fuck themselves. But also very dangerous to summoners. Because he can just melt an entire army of summons. So, you know... And, you know, casters who basically don't have static field are still going to take a long time to kill. Normal Diablo, and he's so dangerous. He could just delete you with that lightning. He's like the boss of the game, you know? Like the game is named after him. There's a reason why he's that strong. And it's a similar sort of thing with like the minions of destruction. Like they are the penultimate challenge. They're strong for the same reason that like the High Council is strong. You know, they're the sub boss of Act 3. These guys are the sub boss of Act 5, and then obviously you have the ancients as well. So there's a reason for them being like immensely strong. But then you just come up against stuff like, you know, Death Lords. These guys. These guys are so comically overtuned for just like a normal melee enemy. And you don't always notice it until you start hitting boss packs of them. But it's just that combination of like, look, I feel like enemies should have like a principle. It's fine for an enemy to be extremely fast and extremely damaging, but then they need to be like a little bit softer. Like they need to be a bit of a glass cannon, right? Like that's just basic design. Like you can't have an enemy that just ticks every box for no reason. But you know, Moon Lords are literally that enemy. Like, they are monstrously tanky, they're immune to physical, they're immune to a lot of CC, they're incredibly fast, their damage output is, you know, depending on the affixes and stuff they have on a boss pack, it's not bad damage, they can literally, like, churn through stuff faster than the freaking minions of destruction. Like, they are so comically dangerous, it's silly. And there's no, like, you know, oh, okay, so what's the weakness of this enemy? And I don't, like, I don't know, like I say, many times when I talk about, like, problems in this game, I talk about the fact that, like, Act 5, as much as I love the Lord of Destruction, like, Act 5 is kind of a clusterfuck. Like, the enemies are imbalanced. It's the, like, you have stuff like Doom Lords genuinely feel like they were designed by, like, a little kid. And someone was, like, you know, asking their, like, 7-year-old nephew, like, well, we have this new enemy type, and there's been a lot of power creep. And, you know, like, how do we make them, like, you know, damaging for the players? And the little kid's just like, oh, give them 10 attack! Give them 1,000,000,000 health! Give them immune to physical! Make them immune to every element! Give them super fast! Give them this, give them that, everything! Turn everything up to 50! Everything up to 50! And, you know, it's like, oh, okay, yeah, sure. Like, obviously that's going to make it hard. But then it's like, what do you interact with? It's just like either your numbers are bigger or their numbers are bigger. You know what I'm saying? Like, you think about the really damaging melee enemies in this game, like Brutes from Act 1, Urdars, Gorebellies, all those things that can, like, crit, the trees that use Frenzy. Like, most of those are, like, big and clunky, and you can kite them. None of them are just randomly, like, immune to a whole bunch of CC for no reason. You know, all of them are super tanky and chunky, but then also you have melee attackers who are more like glass cannons. You know, you have, like, flayers that are, like, super fast and can output a lot of damage, but... Ooh, that's really nice. Damn, where does that go? Maybe. We shall see. But yeah, it's just like, you know, I don't know, look. Souls. Souls are an example of, like, an enemy that, like, they do one thing, and they do one thing, like, so disgustingly well that they're kind of overpowered, but if they just had, like, if they were tuned back just the tiniest bit, I don't know. It's just like they just kind of smother you with like massive range. The problem is like when you have range advantage, being weaker is not like, you know, like souls are supposed to be glass cannons, right? But they're like more like glass artillery pieces. And it's like a glass artillery piece is really freaking scary because it just kills you before you can even interact with it. So the fact that it is squishy is kind of irrelevant. But that, as I say, that does not necessarily mean that like the soul, in principle, is like a poorly designed enemy. Like they're actually like they're pretty well designed. It's just that like the way lightning works and the way everything is kind of like really grossly overtuned in hell just makes them like uniquely miserable. And it's just one of those things where you're just going to get like this enormous difficulty spike for no reason, just because some random non-boss, non-unique enemy pack
Good afternoon.
just happens to be in that dungeon, and they're like, you know, unbelievably disgusting to deal with, like dolls, like souls. Like honestly, it's those two enemies. Actually, Doll, Souls, and Moonlords in Act 5 are the three enemies in this game that I would say are just like flatly broken. Because dolls are just like a melee glass cannon enemy that like chase you at the speed of light, but you can't actually interact with them in melee without dying. You know, or just like, you know, like you can like if you actually fight souls in melee, which is like where the fuck else are you supposed to fight them when they run at you at the speed of light and are melee enemies? Like, you know what I'm saying? And if you actually do that thing, then you just get absolutely, like, destroyed for doing it. So it's sort of like, hold on a second, like, what's wrong with this picture? But it's like, in normal, you can kill souls and not be, like, you know, absolutely fucking devastated by the corpse explosion. It's just by the time you get to hell, for whatever reason, the damage of that corpse explosion is so overtuned that you can literally lose like 900 health for killing one doll. So you basically just either have to run away from them, or, I don't know, let them attack you while your mercenary hopefully kills them, and then like they refocus them onto the mercenary. It's like, you know, basically the way you beat souls is by not interacting with them at all. Like you don't dare to actually interact with them. And that to me is a stupid enemy design. Like, it would be fine if there was, like, I don't know, let's say there was some slow zombie enemy that, like, astonishingly tanky, you know, really dangerous in melee, incredibly difficult to, like, chip down from range because just super tanky, super high res. But then, like, even if you kill one, they drop some, like, poison explosion that just, like, forces you back to town. Like, it's the poison just lasts forever. And, you know, takes like 100 health from you a second. You're just like... They're basically designed so that you can't interact with them in close combat. The reason why an enemy like that would work, where dolls just flatly don't, is that that enemy type is just existing in space and taking that space. Like... Oh, that's right. We already killed the minions. The minions are such freaking pushovers. Why does teleport not exist there? Oh, because that... Okay, alright, I get it. Alright, we got this guy bedonked. Let's do the skibbity swap. Get the Sigma stick. damage, please. The EXP here has been really good. I did lose a little bit because I died, but whatever. And the Terror Zone has run out, so... might wind things up here. Just slowly chunking him down. But yeah, like I said, I don't know. I think a lot of stuff in this game could be tweaked. Like, quite a lot of enemies in this game could just be way more dangerous. Like, there's about 2 or 3, maybe 4 affixes enemies can spawn with that realistically just need to be, like, tuned down a lot. And then literally everything else needs to be tuned up. And similarly, it's like, there's like a handful of enemy types that could really do with being tuned down. And then like everything else could be tuned up. Pew, 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 pew. I should probably have the Langer Breezer on swap. But man, the drops you get from Baal are just so bad. Considering how long it takes to get to him. But mainly do this for EXP. And not the best runs, but... let's do the skibbity swap, so I don't forget.
I'll put that to good use.
And maybe even just hold on to this obedience if we're going to be doing more bar runs with this guy. It definitely won't hurt to have them. And there's a small charm in here that I think I wanted for the Amazon. Yeah, this one I think. No, not this one. It was... maybe I already put it on. Okay, it's this one. Because I've got a cold damage here. A cold damage just for like a little bit of free CC. And now it's just like, yeah, I'll take that with a bit of life. Thank you. That's just much better.
Evening.
Welcome to my shop. Anyway, thanks to anyone who checked in. Yeah, I don't know. This will probably be really good on someone who just has like better natural breakpoints. But I feel like, I don't know, it has its uses, but I can always come back to the stash for it if I feel like I really need it. I would rather have this on swap for like final boss kills, even if it genuinely is just like an emotional thing. Of like making me feel like I might get a slightly better drop. Anyway, thanks to anyone who checked in. Boop, boop.